Have you been putting off having a lesson with an instructor or trainer due to maybe where you live in the world, or maybe your schedule being really busy, or a lot of other reasons? If so, today I want to talk to you specifically about how you can use technology now in this moment, right now, okay? And you can begin to get regular lessons again in your riding. Virtual lessons. They're real time. They're us in the arena together, okay? But they're virtual. I want to chat about it today. Okay, let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Strides podcast. My name is Lorna Leeson. I'm an equestrian trainer and coach, and I work with riders from all over the world, helping them to figure out how they can improve their skills and also work with their horse in a way that they're going to move forward, make progress, feel good about it, and have loads of fun while they're doing it as well. Okay, so I love working with riders who don't have a regular coach or a trainer, okay? And there's so many riders in the world that find themselves in that situation. And while I'm all the time trying to help riders and encourage them as to what they can do themselves to become maybe a bit of a trainer or a bit of an instructor for themselves, I also work with riders virtually, okay? Like we have real live virtual lessons together. And today I want to talk to you a little bit more about those lessons, because I think that if you are sitting with the issue that you cannot get a regular trainer that you enjoy, or maybe that you're kind of stuck in an area that they only do one certain discipline and you want to start branching out to do something else, virtual training or virtual lessons can be a great way to do this. And that's why I want to chat today. I think so many riders have so many questions about it. It's maybe new for a lot of people and they feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I want to talk today to help alleviate any of those fears that you have and maybe open a new pathway forward for you to begin making progress with your horse, okay? So I mentioned before that the virtual lessons, they are live, okay? So it does require an appointment. It does require a date and a time that you obviously agree with the person that you're going to be working with, that you're going to meet. But the thing is, while you'll be in your arena or whatever space that you choose to ride in, while you'll be there, okay, your person that you've chosen to kind of guide you through this, your instructor, your trainer, whatever you want to call this person, they're going to be in their space. And that space can be the complete other side of the world. And that's why this can be really, really helpful for situations where traditional lessons just are not going to work, okay? You've got no boxing or trailering horses. You can make it work around your schedule, okay? Obviously now you have to agree with the other person, but there's so many more options to this because that whole travel factor is not having to come in, okay? If time is a little bit not on your side, and that's why you've opted out of traditional lessons, this can definitely help, because again, you're removing that boxing, the traveling factor from it, which makes it so much more, first of all, affordable, but also then it makes it that it can fit to you, okay? And just like ordinary, real traditional lessons, you're going to get the expert guidance, you're going to get the personalized feedback, and you're also going to get this kind of structured training, goal-orientated structured training that you can use then to allow you to improve your skills, when maybe before that was limited by geography, time, whatever, okay? So the first thing that's really good is that, as I've mentioned, it really is flexible and it can fit into your lifestyle. Like if you're noticing that there's that squeeze or that you're having to sacrifice things because of lessons, this can be a great way to help to alleviate that a little bit, okay? It'll complement your lifestyle. It's going to complement everything else in your lifestyle. And then if you join a program, so for example, I have Connection, okay? So if you join a program like that where you're doing regular lessons, I also offer then the regular video reviews between lessons. So that's also going to help you. Maybe if you choose 2 lessons a month, you'll get video reviews in between those lessons to help you continue to take action and move forward forward on a time frame that's going to suit your schedule. So it makes it that it fits in. Your lessons like fit in with all your other responsibilities, whether it's family, it's work, it's business, whatever, okay? You can fit everything in there, okay? But you're still making progress in the saddle. Now, the second, obviously, like big plus to this is that you're getting personalized real-time feedback. So just like we'd be in the arena together. So when you're working with a virtual trainer or a virtual instructor or a coach, okay, they are going to be there watching you. Now, they won't be there in person, okay? They're maybe the other side of the world. They could be 10 minutes up the road, okay? Doesn't matter. But what's happening is that they're watching you live on their video. It's kind of like a FaceTime call or a WhatsApp video call, if you can imagine that. So they're watching you ride the horse and you're also like talking to each other, yeah? So when I'm on lessons with people, they can hear me. I'm chatting to them and I can hear them, but I can also see them. Okay, so we're getting like a real lesson. And you might be saying, hold on there now, but they'll only get it from one angle. No, what you can use, now you don't have to, but what I've found really nifty is that you can use then the motion tracking software to actually follow you around the arena. So you're getting lots of different angles. And if you're saying, but that's stationary, all you do is you get creative with where you're telling people to turn and to bend and to track left and to track right. So you get all the angles, okay? So it really is helpful. It really is personalized, but it also is for you. And you know, I'm going to be honest, over the years, I love like working in person with people. I love it. And I know that a lot of people who know me in person will say I wouldn't be the chattiest catty when we're on the phone or that, okay? I don't really enjoy that. I like being face to face with somebody. I really enjoy it. And I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit worried that wouldn't translate using the virtual lessons, but I was so pleasantly surprised. It does, okay? Even though there's like this bit of technology in between us, it does feel like we're together. And I have these amazing relationships with riders from all over the world. And it's like mind blown, okay? It is fantastic. So I would strongly, if you're a little bit like, I don't know, that can't really, it's not going to work. It's just like the in-person bubble that, when you have a relationship with somebody and you meet them in person, you're chatting and, there's all the stuff going on around, but you're actually chatting with that person, you're focused on that person. That's still there. Trust me, because that was my fear. I was like, maybe I don't connect with the people. Maybe it just doesn't feel the same. It so does, okay? It's just like real life. And as I said, you can like hear and speak, you can see, it's all the same, okay? All the same. It's just that there's maybe thousands of miles between us, which sounds bizarre, but it really is. It works really well, okay? So it does feel like I'm right beside them in the arena, just focusing on them with their horse. Now, the third real big benefit, in my opinion, of virtual lessons is that unlike real in-person lessons or traditional lessons, okay, where obviously I'm in there working with the person and then afterwards, yes, we can recap. And what I often find myself saying is, remember the time before that time, okay? So maybe we've tried something, we've been practicing something 5 or 6 times, okay? 5 or 6 different occasions, maybe a transition, okay? Or a jump or something, okay? And I'll say, okay, but not that time. Remember the time before that was really good. Or what I noticed that time was that this happened or whatever, okay? With the virtual lessons, it's all videoed. So you actually can go back and look at it, okay? You get to review and to reflect on what you've just did, okay? On the lesson itself. And not just in that moment, you can do it at any point in the future. It's there for you to look back on. So you actually are getting the lesson, but you're also then getting to go back over. Because I also know that sometimes when you're doing something, when you're in the thick of something, okay, and somebody's telling you what to do and you're thinking, I am doing that. Like, can you not see I'm doing that? And then you look back on a video and you're like, oh gosh, okay, Maybe I wasn't. What I felt like I was doing and what was actually happening were two very different things, okay? And the lovely thing about virtual lessons is that you actually get to look back over. And for so many riders, this is the big point. They're like, oh yeah, okay. It didn't feel like that. So many people, and I know because I know myself, but so many people come back and they're like, you know what? I watched the video. It didn't feel like that. I didn't know why you were saying that. I couldn't understand because I thought I was doing this, So it is so good. It is really, really good. It's so helpful for you as a rider to be able to look back on that and to kind of see it. And then not only that, to look back like over, let's say if you kind of join up or you sign up for something where you're getting regular lessons, to actually see the progress of your lessons. I think that's so good, especially on days where maybe things don't go to plan. And you're always going to have days like that where things, they're not as good as you would want or you would like, or you feel like you're not making as much progress as you wanted or whatever. You can look back over those past lessons and say, oh, actually, I am moving forward. Like, look at the difference. Look at me then and look at me now. Woo, okay? And you can really, really appreciate your hard work and what went into doing that. Now, the final point is the real obvious one, and that is that you are going to be able to have global access to so many experts, okay? So many experts offer virtual lessons, and because of that, you get to connect with trainers who are not local to you, and that can be great because so often I think that riders, and especially in the past, they've found themselves almost blocked into or kind of locked into riding a certain way or partaking in a certain discipline because there was just no other options. But that's not the case anymore. And not only do you have to kind of try and figure it out yourself now with an online course, now you actually get the real-time in-person personalized feedback so you can actually make progress. I think it is just amazing. Quite a while ago, one of the riders I work with said it's almost like witchcraft. And what she was saying was that if her ancestors or our ancestors could look at the two of us at that moment, because here I was sitting in the office in South Africa, she's out in the middle of the US somewhere, and she just said, our ancestors would say this is like witchcraft. And I thought, yes, absolutely, you are so right. Like, it is bizarre how we can do this, but it is so, so, so good. So if you're on the fence and if you're thinking, I'm not so sure, go over to stridesforsuccess.com/virtual and you can sign up there. I'll send you all the details of the equipment you need or don't need. You don't have to opt in for any of that, okay? But I'll send you all the details of all that, tell you how it works, the whole lot, and then also the different packages that I offer. And if you do then want to train with me, I'm going to suggest getting signed up pretty quickly because there is a special on at the moment with both Connection, which is the regular lessons that you can choose between 2 or 4 lessons a month, and we can do regular lessons together or just a once-off lesson to see how it all goes. And there's a special on right now that you can do all of that. So the link again is stridesforsuccess.com/virtual. I will have the link in the show notes to wherever you're listening to this. You can get all the information there. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Have a super day. Keep well, and I'll chat to you soon. Be good. Bye.